Israel Ziv is a retired Israeli army general who was at the forefront of some of Israel's biggest conflicts. Now, he's being sanctioned by the United States government for allegedly selling illegal weapons to South Sudan, accusations he denies.
I've never dealt with arms trading, never.
In December, the U.S. Treasury said in a statement that Ziv would be sanctioned along with his business partners.
For being the leader of entities whose actions have the purposes or effect of expanding or extending the conflict in South Sudan.
Well, the United States has said that you sold $150 million in arms to South Sudan. Did you?
It's 150 million false accusations.
Ziv oversees multiple projects in South Sudan he says are for agricultural purposes. He had a business presence in the African country since 2015.
Since I started independently my business, which is almost 12 years ago, I've never dealt with arms trading, never.
Since the beginning of the war in December 2013 until today, an estimated 382,000 individuals have died and more than 4 million have been displaced.
South Sudan was in a war, in a tribal war for many years. Before the independence, after the independence, and even today, there is low-key a war over there.
Ziv says his intentions were to bring projects to the country to help it build autonomy and infrastructure. That, he says, might have contradicted local interests.
And probably, or maybe, this is the reason that somebody didn't like it. I may have engaged or conflict some other interests in that area. And probably this is the reason behind putting those sanctions against me.
There isn't a single moment, he says, that he does not ask himself, why me?
There are a lot of interests in Africa, of much bigger players. The Americans are there, the Chinese are there, now the Russians are there, Iranians are trying to get there. And I think the fact that Israelis are there, or Israel is there, it's something they don't like. They rather Israel to stay out of that, I would say, cold war of interest.
The sanctions implemented in December have already begun to have a severe effect on his business projects and personal finances, as well as his reputation.
If what you are saying is correct, this is very severe here in Israel, not just the aspect of the license. It's a war crime, what they are saying.
He praises the government of Israel for their handling of the situation.
And I think that I'm in this aspect kind of a victim to a bigger play than myself. I don't think that I'm the issue. I'm played for bigger interest over there.
He says the United States has yet to provide proof of any wrongdoing.
100%. It's like I'm sure that I'm talking to you now. We have never done it. Never. And nobody will be able to supply any evidence for something that never happened. It's just impossible.
Lauren Izso, I-24 News.